What's going on, guys? Welcome into another episode of Milk Dogs. Back at it. The first week of the regular season is upon us,
Yes, sir.
and we're back with you guys this year making our weekly prediction videos. Andrew's first time, but
Feeling confident.
is he feeling confident, guys? Here we go. Starting out Thursday, we got the Super Bowl champs. Always get Thursday night game coming into the new season. So you got the Cowboys. Just lost Micah Parsons going into the Eagles.
We've lost nobody,
Yeah.
essentially.
It's kind of hard just not to choose the Eagles here. Like, to be honest. I mean, they lost Micah. Like he said, the Eagles ain't lost nobody.
Yeah. I think the only hope the Cowboys really have is if this turns into a shootout. And as good as the Eagles' defense is, I don't really think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's going to have to be like CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, I think, are really going to have to show up to make it a game.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the other thing that they're hoping for is maybe the Eagles are still off the Super Bowl lag. They're still partying hard or whatever. So that's the only two things I could figure that would
Yeah. I think
be
the
in the
only things,
Cowboys' favor.
yeah, the Eagles also ride off of vengeance. And now they're winning the Super Bowl. They don't have anything to go for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always your thing is being those guys who should, quiet the haters.
Yeah. So I feel like we're both going Eagles,
Yeah, definitely.
especially at home, opening game. Next, we got the international game, guys. Friday, we got
It's a weird one.
Chiefs going to are playing Chargers. Chargers are home team, but they're in
Kind of a
Brazil.
neutral. Yeah. This one, I think it's got to be the Chiefs. I think the biggest thing is the Chargers losing Rashawn Slater. Losing one guy usually doesn't sound like a lot, but Cowboys losing Parsons, that probably loses them games. I think losing Rashawn Slater loses the Chargers a few games, and I think this is one of them. I think George Karlaftis and Chris Jones are just gonna do whatever they want with that offensive line. Um, I think Justin Herbert's gonna be running for his life
Yeah.
for a lot of these plays.
Yeah. I mean Herbert in his career, he's only 2-7 against the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Like, that's a fault. You know what I'm saying? The NFL is trying to expand to different countries, right? They're not going to have their poster child Mahomes lose on the road.
no.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why they picked an easy opponent for them to play down in Brazil.
Yeah, I think it helps too. I think the chart. I will say one thing for the Chargers is they don't really ever have home games. Is there's usually more away fans than home fans, even when they're playing in LA.
Yeah,
So I don't think this bothers them a lot. The Chiefs get a big home field advantage when they're
yeah,
back, but I still think Patrick Mahomes is going to do his thing. I think the Chiefs defense is going to be good this year as well.
yeah. The other day, someone said there and said the Chargers are like the Jets of the like New York teams.
Yeah,
You know, no one really wanted them to come around to LA, but they decided to show up anyways. Should
kind
have
of.
just stayed in San Diego.
Yeah, kind of the little brother of
Yeah,
LA teams.
yeah. But I think we're both going Chiefs here. I mean, they're
Yeah,
both on the road, so it's not really a road game for the Chiefs. Moving on to Sunday, starting out noon. Baby, football's back.
yes, sir.
We got the Bucks and Falcons at the Falcons. Man,
It's a tough one.
that is a tough one. Baker touchdown maker, or is Michael Penix going to be the guy to lead them this year? I mean, I'm gonna have to go with Baker. I'm gonna go with the Bucks because I know what Baker's gonna put on the field, right? Michael Penix still a question mark. He only started a couple games last
Yeah.
year. He looked good, but we don't know what he's gonna bring onto the field.
Yeah, and I do like the Falcons this year. I think they're going to end up being pretty good. I am a believer in Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson. Um,
Kyle
as
Pitts, ain't nobody ever believed in that dude.
every year I believe in Kyle Pitts, but
That's why he
I
loses in fantasy, guys.
I think I think the Buccaneers are probably going to hold in for this one. I think the defense is a little weird now that they've lost Shiloh Sanders.
Oh
Who's gonna
God.
who's gonna hold that up? Antoine. Yeah, I don't. I think the Buccaneers are gonna be fine, but yeah, No, I think the only shot the Falcons really have is if they run the ball a lot and just don't let the Buccaneers touch it very much.
Yeah. I
Just give it
mean,
to Bijan every play.
yeah, I mean, even with Godwin out, I mean, what they get Mbuka? What's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the dude from Ohio State. So I mean, they still got weapons. They got Cade Otton, you know. They're still gonna win games. So
Yeah.
I don't feel like the Falcons win this opening game.
Yeah. And they're well coached. I think the Buccaneers are going to have a big experience advantage over the Falcons.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the name? Raheem Mostert? No, Morris. Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
I always say
That's the
Mostert.
running back.
Run, yeah.
But
Raheem Morris. You know, I mean, his second year in, you know, but starting with a different quarterback in the beginning of the season. So who
yeah,
knows?
we'll see.
We'll see what happens. Moving on to, oh my God, the Bengals blowing out the Browns.
Not as difficult of a choice.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I think even then, usually the question is it's a Cincinnati shootout, but I don't think there's going to be a Joe Flacco shootout
Yeah.
in this context.
Yeah. I mean, we're both picking Cincy. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Moving on. I got the Dolphins beating the Colts. I mean, Indianapolis, they're in shambles right now. They don't know who they want to start at quarterback, right? They drafted AR, and he let them down last year. He gave up on the team, and now they're not starting. They got Danny Dimes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think also the Dolphins are a different team with Tua and Tyreek out there,
Yeah.
which they were missing a lot of last year. As good as Daniel Jones is, I don't think he's going to hold up against the Dolphins,
Yeah.
um, especially with Achan back as well. The biggest thing against the Dolphins the last couple of years has been injuries. So to start off the year, I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that the Colts can hope is Tua throws a lot of CTE picks, and
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor gets a lot of rushing yards.
Yeah, or Tyler Warren has the best rookie debut ever for a tight end.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the Dolphins. Moving on. Oh man, this one might be an actual good game. You know, Bryce Young and them, they
It's a
ended the
tough one.
season.
Yeah.
They ended the season pretty strong last year. You got a new head coach in Jacksonville. You know,
They have
was it
McMillan.
McMillan? Yeah, T
Um,
Mac.
Jonathan Brooks is still dead, so no Jonathan Brooks
Yeah,
still.
yeah. So Chuba.
Um, but Jacksonville loses Ingram. The
I
running
mean,
back situation is a little weird now, but they have Travis Hunter, obviously.
and they got Brian Thomas Jr.
Yep.
But I mean,
But
the one bad thing that happened to the Panthers, they just got rid of Thielen. You know,
yeah,
that was Bryce's boy. That was his breadbasket. You know.
yeah, I feel like it is concerning, but it also I feel like that speaks to how they feel about the other receivers they have. I don't think they would be willing to trade him if they didn't think like people like McMillan would be able to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
They also re-signed Hunter Renfro. I don't know if he's going to be playing, but when he does play, he kind of fits in that role of like he's that dude who's open. He's kind of the Keenan Allen, how he's been for the last few years, where it's just when you need to throw it to somebody, Hunter Renfro is usually running his routes exactly how you expect him to, and he's open somewhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the fuck around gang. I'll take Trevor
I'm going to
Lawrence.
go with the Panthers on this one. I'm a Bryce Young truther.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have. I gotta stick with the fuck around gang.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Bryce Young gave me everything I could ever want for in life, and DJ Moore. So I'm going to go with the Panthers
Yeah.
split on this one.
Yeah. We're splitting this one. Next, I think New England takes this one. I think
Yeah.
this is the one we were talking about earlier in our prediction videos. I feel like this is the one where Vegas is like, man, we should have won that one. I don't
Yeah.
think they'd come in here and win this one though.
Yeah, I think the thing is, it's also a home game. I feel like New England usually shows up for their home games. I think that is a big advantage for them. And then it's also the start of the Vrabel era. I think this defense is going to be better than people expect it to be.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of the only question mark really is going to be Drake May, who I think is fine. I think he's going to be good enough to hold them together. I think their run game is also good enough, and Stephon Diggs is a help. Um, I think the biggest thing though for the Raiders is, if Janty is anything like he was in college, then this could easily be their game.
Yeah.
Same thing, if Jacoby Myers or if Amari Cooper is anything like he was with the Raiders, then it could be a completely different story. But No, I think we see a good Mike Vrabel defense, and I think the Patriots hold out on this one.
Yeah, it'll probably be a low scoring game to be honest.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
see a lot happening in this one.
yeah, I don't feel like a lot of points are going to get put up, but
But it's also week one, so who knows? Sometimes
yeah,
teams go crazy.
yeah. But we're both picking the Patriots. Moving on to a shit show where we got Arizona winning. I don't have any faith in the Saints because of their quarterback selection is not good.
Yeah, no, I think that's the biggest thing is like Spencer Rattler really hasn't proven much of anything. The Cardinals aren't the best team in the league, but they have plenty of talent. I think Trey McBride. I think this is going to be a Trey McBride game.
Hey,
I don't know.
if you guys are fans of this team, I looked it up. This tickets are only like $39 a piece.
Yeah, take a trip to New Orleans.
Yeah, but
But
go ahead, Trey McBride.
yeah, no, I think I don't. I can't think of a single person on the Saints defense who's going to be able to keep up with Trey McBride. Um,
I don't even know who's still on their defense. Just Cam Jordan, right? Cameron Jordan. That's the only
yeah,
person I know on their defense anymore.
they have a couple guys in their secondary, but nothing crazy. I
Lattimore
think
still there?
no,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I think Trey McBride. I think he's going to show up. I think it's going to be one of those run heavy games because I think they're going to go up and just run out the clock. Essentially, I don't imagine a lot happening. I think this will be a low scoring game, just because I don't think the Saints are going to do a whole
yeah. So we got Arizona. Next we got rematch revenge game.
lot. The Steelers and
Yeah,
Jets.
Rogers going
This
back.
is
Yeah,
back to New
revenge game.
York.
Yeah, and then Justin Fields going back to
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. Revenge game, baby.
Hopefully, this debut Aaron Rodgers lasts more than 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's not. It's not 9/11.
Not this time.
Yeah,
But nah, this one I think this is a decent game just because of how bad both of these offenses are to me. Um, I think the Steelers win though, just because of their defense. I think the Jets' offensive line is not the best. I think T.J. Watt is gonna and Cameron Hayward are just gonna have the time of their lives with this offensive line.
yeah. I mean, they got those three. They got three star studded cornerbacks. So I mean,
Yeah,
I know a lot of they're older and stuff, but I mean they're still can ball.
yeah, and still, especially when you have a good pass rush, your corners aren't gonna have to do that much
Yeah,
or as much, I should say. But yeah, no, I think the Steelers' defense is just gonna knock out this Jets offense as much as they can.
yeah. So the Steelers it is. Giants, Commanders. Hey, did you see the Giants? They put Jackson Dart number 2 on depth chart
I did see that.
over Jameis, famous Jameis third.
I think wrong move. I think Jameis is the guy. I think they should be starting Jameis week one, honestly.
Dude, I love
But
Jameis Winston.
I'm not the head coach, so
Yeah,
who am I?
yeah. No, I mean this. We're gonna see right here, right off the rip, if he's on the Commanders, ain't he?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I was thinking.
yeah,
So speaking of Marshawn Lattimore,
yeah. We're gonna see if Jaden Daniels has sophomore slumps or not, like right off the rip.
yeah, I think I think this is one of the tougher defenses to go against, especially at the beginning of the year like that.
Yeah,
Just because
the
they have a
Giants
crazy pass rush or crazy front
7.
seven, I would
Yeah,
say. Um, yeah, I think this will be a tough one for the Commanders, but I think they win. I think the other thing is also I don't know actually. Hold on. Now that I think about it, I could see Malik Neighbors going off against this team.
oh, dude. I mean, yeah, Malik Neighbors, Malik Neighbors in fantasy, right? This is like he's in the perfect situation. You got Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston that just love chucking the ball down the
Yep.
field. They just like throwing it deep. They're like, go deep, bub. So, like, I mean, any of the wide receivers, really, Wandell, all of them will probably do pretty
Yeah.
solid this year. The Giants might not win a lot of games, but they're going to have a lot of points.
Yeah, and I think in this game especially, I think that defense really helps them just because of how the Commanders kind of keep everything in tight. I feel like they weren't the big play team last year. Every once in a while they throw one down to Terry McLaurin, but I don't know. I think this will be a closer one
I mean, they
than
got
people
Debo
probably
now.
think. Yeah, they do have Debo now. But I think it's still the Commanders. but I think it's probably a little bit closer than I would expect.
You know what? I'm gonna go Giants on this. I
I
think
think that's
Russell.
fair.
I think Russell and them get it done. Tyron Tracy.
This is also the Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner rematch.
Yeah, yeah,
Old teammates.
yeah. So I mean, plus the front seven, like he was talking about. You got Carter, you got
Dexter Lawrence,
Dexter Lawrence in the middle, you
Brian
got
Burns.
Burns, and then you got Thibodeau. I mean,
Yep.
those four are just going to be probably chasing Jaden Daniels down for his life
Yeah, it's
the
going to be
entire
rough.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I also think this is kind of my pick. These are both two very good offensive head coaches. And I think that's going to benefit the Commanders more than the Giants. Because I
Dan Quinn's more of a defensive coach. But you got Cliff Kingsbury as the
that
offensive
that's what I'm talking
offensive
about. Sorry,
coordinator.
Kingsbury's who I'm talking about. But
Okay.
I think that's going to benefit them more just because of how front loaded the Giants defense is. I think they're going to be able to find ways to
Over the
counter
top.
that. Yeah,
Well, I'm gonna take the Giants, might as well swing at one.
I got the Commanders.
Yeah. Let's see who we got next. Now this ain't gonna work. Cool. Looks like the Titans Broncos. Oh, that's far over. It's gonna go. That's cool.
Nice.
That is cool. I think it's
Well,
the Titans Broncos.
yeah. But anyway, while you get it sorted out,
Yeah.
I think this will be a pretty good game as well. I think people are a little bit too hyped for the Broncos this year, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, I think they're good, but if when you look at last year, they honestly didn't beat a lot of starting quarterbacks,
Yeah.
which usually isn't the best sign. But I don't think Bo Nix is bad. Obviously, this is a good defense. I think it'll be pretty close. I think the Titans have improved since last year.
I mean, Cam Ward's
Um,
first game though, like that's going to
that's
be
the
the big
biggest
issue.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a tough defense to go against in your first game.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a lot of this is going to come down to play calling. How much are they going to rely on Cam Ward versus, are they going to make it easy for him? Uh, I think I still got the Broncos on this one, but I would say it's pretty close. I think the Titans are a little better than people probably think they are,
I'm
but
de-
I'm also a Cam Ward believer. So, we'll see how it
I mean,
goes.
when you're a Bears fan, you got to believe in all these young quarterbacks that don't play for the Bears or Bears quarterbacks because you can't get anywhere else.
I think Cam Ward is probably the best prospect in the last like 4 or 5 years.
I like Jackson Dart, dude.
Jackson Dart's okay.
I loved him. I loved him in college last year. He fell off at the end, kind of, but I enjoyed watching him. I feel like Jackson Dart's going to be solid. But back to this game, guys. I don't. It's hard to choose a rookie right off the rip. His first NFL game, he said his team's mid. So
He also said he has the best wide receiver room in the NFL.
yeah. So I mean,
So
I
who
mean,
knows how he really feels about this team?
yeah. I mean, he could just be throwing smoke up our ass to just fucking
He could just be saying stuff
yeah,
just to say stuff. So
yeah,
who knows?
just to see what sticks to the wall, right? Just throwing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like Sean Payton is better than I don't even know who their head coach is right now. The Titans.
Oh my gosh, what is his name? Brian Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan was the offensive coordinator for the Bengals.
Yeah,
But
and I don't think he's bad. I think the biggest thing is the wide receivers. I think Calvin Ridley's good,
yeah,
but he's also going against Patrick Surtain, and it's how much is he gonna? I think he's gonna hold up okay, but there's not a lot of second options on that team.
yeah. But I'm taking the Broncos.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
taking
taking
the
the
Broncos.
Broncos.
Moving on to another afternoon game. We got the Seahawks.
NFC West showdown.
Yeah, playing the Niners. Brock Purdy, CMC going to be back.
Yep.
You know,
And Brian Robinson.
Kyle Shanahan sat there and said CMC feels like he's going to have a bounce back year.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for fantasy, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I could see kind of a return of like their old 1-2 punch that they would do with Brian Robinson.
yeah,
Kind of more in like the Raheem Mostert days
yeah,
when they would just cycle out running backs. I could see more of that with the injury concerns, obviously, with Christian McCaffrey.
yeah,
But also, I don't think you go and trade for a guy just to not use him.
yeah.
The
But I mean, they traded away Debo, right? So I mean, you got him in return, but you got rid of Debo. So I mean,
Then you also have George Kittle. Um,
you got Jennings that sit there and I guess he's
yeah,
got a contract dispute right now.
yeah. Jennings is a little questionable.
Yeah, so
Pearsall,
Pearsall to the moon, baby.
yeah. But no, I think it'll be a return of the running 49ers. I think this is going to be a pretty run heavy team.
Yeah, and
But I mean, their defense is as good as ever, or not as good as ever, but as good as they are going to be.
Fred Warner, bub.
Yeah,
I love
and
Fred
Nick
Warner.
Bosa. Um, yeah, I don't think the Seahawks really stand a great chance. I think Sam Darnold probably not as good as he was with the
Yeah,
Vikings.
I don't.
Um,
Me personally, I don't have any faith in Jackson Smith and Jigba. I
yeah,
really,
I don't think he's bad at all. I think he's but I feel like he's a wide receiver too. I think he's a really good wide receiver too.
yeah,
Kind of like you see with like Devontae Smith and T Higgins, where like if they were the number one receiver, you aren't so sure that they would be as good as they are.
yeah,
But when they're at that second spot, they're pretty great.
yeah. Because I mean, all the eyes are on Brown and Chase.
Yeah.
And
Um,
everybody was on DK in the last year. Now he's gone.
yeah. So I think
I
this
mean,
is
you got Cup,
definitely
but Cup's
yeah,
on his way out.
yeah. So it's definitely like a prove it year for JSN. It's kind of a prove you don't need to retire year for Cooper Cup. But I think Seahawks are kind of in the same boat. I think they're just gonna have to run it a lot with Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
And then the biggest thing is their defense is more questionable.
yeah.
Um, they have a couple pieces, but I'm going with the 49ers on this one.
I'm also taking the Niners. I don't think. I just don't. I don't have faith in Sam Darnold week one.
Yeah, I don't have faith in Sam Darnold with a different coach. I think Kevin O'Connell is, making that team a thing, as well as Justin Jefferson. When
Yeah.
you lose that much and go to a brand new team, it's a whole different story.
Game of the week, baby.
Yeah,
Lions going to Green Bay.
it'll be
Uh,
a good one.
you know, we just got Micah Parsons, baby. He'll probably play like 10 snaps,
I feel like he'll
maybe
probably
20
be out
snaps.
there like third downs and
Yeah.
like not a whole lot more.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, we're not going to overuse him week one. So, I mean, we're going to get to see Matthew Golden. If I'd have bought a Golden jersey, I'd have been pissed off right now. He changed his number to 0 after he
Yeah,
said 22 for so long.
22 is a disgusting number for a receiver anyway.
I mean, the
So
only reason he had it, though, was because 22 people got selected in front of him.
yeah,
I mean,
okay, leave that to Amon Ra. That's his thing. Talking about all the receivers that get picked in front of him.
no, I
He's
mean,
a
that.
wannabe. He's a wannabe. Anyway,
Oh, wow. Here we go.
I
You ain't
think the
even see him
biggest
play.
issue. I think the biggest issue in this game
Lions
is
lost their coordinators.
is I think it's going to be who's going to stop the run against the Lions. I think you lose Kenny Clark. He was
Yeah.
kind of their big run stopper.
Yeah.
I think, and the Lions are a running team. I think that's their thing. Is they're a very
Run
obviously
heavy.
like diverse but run heavy team. I think there's going to be a lot of Jameer Gibbs, a lot of David Montgomery, and then I think they're probably just going to run it with Amon Ra plenty too. Um, I think that's the biggest thing for the Packers is how are they going to stop that? But kind of the same thing the other way around. I think it's going to be tough to stop Josh Jacobs for the Lions.
Yeah.
But I think they have a little bit of a tougher defense than the Packers do. I think the Packers defense is kind of built for the pass.
Yeah. I mean Wyatt played a lot last year. Kenny Clark was getting old. I mean,
Yeah.
that was why that's why we traded. I didn't want to get rid of Kenny. I love Kenny.
He's been around for a long time.
7 years, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been a Packer for 7 years. I mean, that hurt getting rid of him. I mean, we got Micah Parsons for him. I'm cool with that. I mean, I would have loved to keep both of them.
Yeah. I think if you're going to get anybody in return for somebody like that, Micah
Yeah.
Parsons is. You can't really ask for much more.
Yeah. No, I mean, but this year to me is Jordan Love's prove it year. He's got to tone
Yeah.
back on them turnovers, and he's got to start getting the ball into better positions for our wide receivers.
Yeah.
So I feel
I
like
think
this is
Tucker
a
Kraft has got to watch out for his knees this game.
yeah,
Those Lions safeties like
yeah,
to murder tight end legs.
yeah.
But
So I'm taking the Packers. Obviously, I'm not going to go against my Packers.
yeah, I'm going with the Lions. I think it's close though. I think it's a pretty good game.
Yeah. Moving on to Hmm.
Houston and LA.
Yeah.
I think this is a tough one too.
I don't
Um,
think it's as tough as we think. I think LA wins this pretty easily. I feel like Stafford and McVay are better than D'Amico Ryan and
CJ.
CJ together.
I
You know,
think,
I don't have I last year, right? I had Houston's defense pretty high, and they didn't even really fucking do shit.
yeah, and I think the Texans have a solid defense. It's just kind of they show up at weird times.
Yeah,
I think Will Anderson it gets better this year than he was last year, and he was good last year. But I think I'm going with the Texans on this one just because they're going to have Nico.
yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing for them is he's a huge part of that offense. I think the biggest question mark is going to be their run game,
yeah.
especially without Joe Mixon, and then
We got
Nick
Chubb.
Chubb is kind of it's hard to tell how good he really is. But I'm going to give it to the Texans just because I think Nico's that much of a difference maker. And I think we'll see kind of a revitalized defense. I think they get better than they were last year.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take the Rams. He's taking the Texans. This is also another game of the week right here. Bam! Sunday night football, baby. We got the Ravens going to Buffalo.
I think this is probably the best game all week as far as
Dude, I mean,
what's going to be the most entertaining to watch or what's the most interesting, compelling to watch.
yeah,
I think Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, it doesn't really get any better than that.
yeah. I'm glad the NFL schedule makers they made pretty good games this week, right? Like they got Cowboys, Eagles. They got
Packers,
Chief
Lions.
Packers, Lions, Chiefs, Chargers. This game, and I mean,
Yeah, I
there's
think
a
it'll be a
couple
good
other ones
game.
that are just like mediocre, all right.
Yeah.
Like that Texans Rams one
The
probably pretty good.
Dolphins and Colts will be okay.
Yeah.
There's a couple of games in there that are just kind of,
Anybody playing the Saints is gonna suck. I mean, it's just gonna
yeah,
that game's just gonna suck regardless.
yeah. This
Browns
one,
as well. Like,
yeah. I think this will be a good one. I think this will be a great one for people who love to watch the run game.
yeah,
I feel like both of these teams, we know the Ravens are a running team. They've
yeah.
always been under Harbaugh. But I think James Cook probably gets a lot of carries here, especially at home. I feel like they always play more physically at home, but that kind of Bills Mafia mentality. But, you know, Josh Allen, hard to stop. Lamar Jackson, impossible to stop. Um,
I mean,
I would take the Ravens on this one.
I'm taking the Ravens as well because normally in the regular season, the Ravens always beat the Bills, and the Bills always beat the Chiefs. Like, and the Ravens, in the playoffs, they lose to everybody. So
And
I
then the
feel like,
Bills lose to the
yeah,
Chiefs.
the Bills lose to the Chiefs. So like, I feel like, the Ravens always have the Bills number in the regular season. So I'm not going to go against that. I'm gonna pick Baltimore
Yeah.
here. I mean, it should be a high scoring, fun game to watch. But that's awesome Sunday night game. Going into a Monday night,
Another good division
another
rivalry game.
another division rival. Last game of the week. We got the Vikings going to Soldier Field playing the
Sure.
Bears. We're gonna get to see how JJ McCarthy finally plays. Uh,
Get
you
to see
know,
how the Ben Johnson offense
yeah.
looks.
I mean, that's so the only reason I'm gonna take the Bears here is because of I don't know how JJ's gonna be, and I seen
Yeah.
how Caleb was last year with two random coaches.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is he went through what three offensive coordinators. Um, that's not a good position. He still had 3,500 yards. Um, but I'm obviously also going to take the Bears.
Yeah,
I think the biggest thing here is going to be kind of that revamped defense. I'm a big believer in Dennis Allen.
he believes in
Um,
everybody but the Packers here,
yeah,
guys, in the
I
fucking
believe in
league.
a lot of people in the NFL. I think they're there for a reason, and
I
they
mean,
just got to
obviously they're
get
the
the
best
right
of the
shot.
best.
Yeah, they just got to get in the right system.
Yeah,
I think Dennis Allen is the right system. I think we're going to see a lot of blitzes, obviously, and I think that's probably going to rattle JJ McCarthy a little bit.
yeah,
Then obviously we have Jalen Johnson going against Justin Jefferson. I think that'll be a good matchup. Kevin Byard's returning. I think our secondary is going to look solid. But yeah, the biggest
Adam
thing
Thielen
is
returning.
Adam Thielen making his big return. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is going to be the Bears' offense. Is as long as they show up, I think we're going to be fine. I feel pretty confident. And then I also think this is a little bit of a hot take, not that big of a hot take. I think Kyle Monangai is going to start getting in there. The Bears' RB3 is going to start getting in there. If you watch the last 2 years, Roshan Johnson, talk about me being a believer. I've been the biggest Roshan Johnson believer there ever was. And they just don't
He's
give the guy
also a Aiden
carries.
O'Connell believer.
I am also an Aiden O'Connell believer. They just don't give the guy any carries. I think we're gonna see Monangai get in there. He's young. He's a rookie. Eric Bieniemy's coaching our running backs. It's gonna be great. I think DeAndre Swift. We'll see. I don't know. He's kind of confusing.
That is a
One day
definite
he's
hot
running for
take.
130, doing the Lord's work. The next he's running for 15 yards and can't get past the line of
17
scrimmage.
carries, 15 yards.
Yeah, essentially, it's a mess. But I think Monangai. I think he's gonna show up. I think Colston Loveland probably going to underperform a little. Um, Cole Kmet, though, I could see having a decent game. I think we're going to see a lot of two tight end sets.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's why you draft Loveland, unless you feel like Loveland can be like a Kyle Pitts, where you can line him up wide.
Which he did at Michigan.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think if you watch, obviously, you said the offense is going to be different. But when you look at the Lions games from last year, there were a lot of two tight end sets, and I think you don't draft another tight end while already having a good tight end
yeah,
and not use that.
especially in the first round.
Yeah, so especially a first round pick. And then obviously we've seen, Cole Kmet's a more physical guy. I think he's going to be kind of that blocking tight end that they use so much in Detroit. I think it's going to be a great time. I'm a little nervous just because Justin Jefferson is that good. But I feel pretty good about the Bears this week.
Well, I'm taking the Bears. He's taking the Bears. I mean, what do you guys think? Do we make the right calls here? Is Chicago actually trash? Is the Browns going to turn around, start the Shador week 2?
I hope so.
I mean, what's going to happen? The Bills going to sit there and turn around, win their first regular season game against Lamar?
Are the Lions going to run for 250 yards against the Packers?
Yeah. Are the Chargers actually going to get a win against the Chiefs?
Yeah, that would be amazing. I would love
Two,
that.
2-7, Herbert.
Another guy I believe in, Justin Herbert. He's amazing.
Dude, literally half the league this guy believes in. I don't know how he's a Bears
fan. I'm a fan of football. I enjoy the sport. I believe.
Oh,
in
I
these
do.
guys.
I do too. I love the sport.
I'm just not a hater.
I'm not a hater either. I hate the Cowboys and I hate the Colts. Other than that, I don't really care.
I think Justin Herbert, he's going to show up. I think they're still going to lose, but it's going to be a classic Justin Herbert running around for his life, throwing for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns.
All the QJ.
Yeah, but Patrick Mahomes is going to stand there with no issues and throw 400 yards and 5 touchdowns.
The one thing that they had problems with last year in that same stadium was the field, the turf. The turf was bad.
Turf issues.
Yeah. So I mean, Justin Herbert running around, he might get hurt like Love did last year.
True. But who knows? Maybe Omari and Hampton will go in there and just go to work because they can't run any pass plays or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us know. Maybe you think Justin Herbert's gonna, stomp the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta see the Chiefs are gonna bounce back. Travis Kelce just got engaged too. They're not gonna let them lose in Brazil.
True.
I mean, Taylor Swift. I mean, they're not gonna let them lose in Brazil.
But I think Justin Herbert's just that good. I think he's just the guy.
All right, guys. He's lost it. He's a Bears fan. See you on the next one.